Hi, I'm Daniel and this is Movie Wrap News, and I could have recorded this on a Tuesday and still had a full show because what a Monday it was. Firstly, Tommy Wiseau appears to be doubling down his attempts to become the next Joker by releasing demo reel of himself in the role. It's brilliantly funny and shows that Wiseau is definitely a better fit for the role than Jared Leto. Secondly, Cameron Diaz, There's Something About Mary, The Mask, Charlie's Angels, has announced her retirement from acting, allegedly to focus on being a housewife and possible mother, but given that she hasn't acted since 2013's dire Annie remake, and given Hollywood's reluctance to cast women of a certain age, I have to wonder if this is a case of you can't fire me, I quit, rather than a case of Diaz riding off into the sunset. Next, we had the intriguing news that, fresh off his Oscar-winning The Shape of Water, Benicio del Toro is allegedly turning his attention to the Dark Universe, as he is allegedly fascinated by the monsters, and it does seem like a natural fit, if there hadn't already been 2 attempts to get the damn thing going. Maybe a lower budget and a director with a flair for monster films might be the right call. 3rd time's the charm and all that. Oh, and finally on the Monday, Deadpool 2 is allegedly as bad as Alien 3 according to advanced previews. Complaints include female characters being killed off in the first 10 minutes, the joke falling flat, the plot allegedly being a clone of Looper, and all the best jokes being in the end credits. Naturally, the studios have denied this, but since they are definitely doing reshoots so that the film has more domino and cable, with only about 2 months to go until release, you do have to wonder if there's any truth to the reports. Unlike the reports coming through about the Weinstein Company's buyers pulling out of purchasing the company, are finding that the company had at least $50 million of debt, which it hadn't previously disclosed. The investor group, which on 1st March entered a 40-day process to go over the Weinstein Company's books with a fine-tooth comb before completing the deal, is understood to have uncovered about 50 to 60 million more debt and other liabilities than previously thought. Quote, "All of us have worked in earnest on the transactions to purchase the assets of the Weinstein Company," end quote, said the investor group led by Maria Contreras-Sweet in a statement. Quote, "However, after signing and entering into the confirmatory diligence phase, we have received disappointing information about the viability of completing this transaction. As a result, we have decided to terminate this transaction." End quote. The board said it would continue to work tirelessly to see if there were any options to save the business and its 150 staff other than bankruptcy. Last month, the Weinstein Company's board said the company was set to go into bankruptcy after it said the deal offered by Contreras-Sweet was illusory. Last week, a new deal was reached, which included doubling a fund for victims of Harvey Weinstein to $80 million, which has fallen through. Sticking with the theme of money, it has transpired that Claire Foy was paid less for her lead role as the monarch Queen Elizabeth II in Netflix's The Crown. It was claimed that Matt Smith earned more because of his Doctor Who fame, but they didn't explain why Foy continued to earn less than Smith in the 2nd season after she eclipsed his fame with her award-winning performance. Foy made $40,000 an episode. Smith's salary has not been revealed. However, she won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in 2017 for Season 1. Foy has also taken home 2 Best Actress SAG awards. Now, Netflix has renewed the series for a 3rd and 4th season back in January. However, it will be moving forward without Foy and Smith, as it will move forward into the Camilla Parker Bowles years and even introduce a young Princess Diana, and allegedly no one will be paid more than the Queen from this point onward. Back in the present day, Bond 25 finally has a director in Danny Boyle, who apparently has a great idea to work on once he finishes work on an as-yet untitled film about a musician who for some reason thinks he's the only one who can remember the Beatles. Not the worst plot outline I've ever heard of, as I live in a world that has lesbian vampire killers in it. Anyway, since the last plot outline for Bond 25 was that it was to be based on Taken of all things, I'm looking forward to Bond playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire whilst high on heroin. And finally, since the 2nd Avengers Infinity War trailer dropped this week with nary a practical effect in sight, I feel I should relate an anecdote I heard from a friend. Allegedly, filming was stopping a Royal Mail van from completing its rounds, and instead of waiting for filming to be over, Marvel was told that interfering with the Royal Mail is technically treason, and would they knock it off? Now, given that no one from Marvel is currently cooling their heels in the Tower of London, a compromise must have been reached, which just goes to show that you may arguably be the biggest franchise of all time, but you do not ever, under any circumstances, mess with Postman Pats. But what do you guys think? What was the biggest news story of the week, and did I miss yours? As always, I'm Daniel, this has been Movie Wrap News. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe.